What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Rant Critic Rave. I'm excited because Russ is here, and it's always nice when Russ is here because it's not my brother, because we sometimes get hot and heavy with how we are responding, and Russ keeps me censored. So, welcome back, Russ.
Hey, thanks for having me again.
Last week, my brother and I had talked about how do you stay entertained as we get older and wiser to filmmaking.
Okay.
And I just wanted your thoughts on that.
I'm still entertained by films, even new films still coming out. Thank sweet Siddhartha for that. I am actually still entertained by new films coming out, and no, it's not all of them, of course. But there's always the
joy of watching something new?
Yeah, there's always joy in watching something new, even though you know what's going to happen and you can tell what's going to happen from the beginning and they give it all away. And you can tell the studio threw in an extra $100 million to do this scene and stuff like that. But there's always films that inspired you from the past. And those films are cherished, and I agree with Scorsese half the time on that. But no, Marvel is still okay in my opinion. But yeah, I go back to older films for inspiration, for wanting something new. I'll pick up, like, I just watched Rear Window again, like I told you.
Jimmy Stewart?
Yeah, we were talking about that, and I liked Vertigo, and you liked Rear Window.
Yes.
So I watched Rear Window, and I don't think I noticed anything new, but I still had an incredible time watching it, and I was still thrilled. And Grace Kelly, she looks incredible still.
So you don't mind the fourth wall being broke a lot, and you can just watch for the sheer pleasure of it?
Well, I'm trying to think of movies everyone's seen. Like, a great studio's A24, and they make these great indie movies that not a lot of people see, but some people do, and it's still quality filmmaking.
Off the top of my head, I can't think of an A24 movie.
You will. Oh, you'll look it up after this, and you'll think like, oh, this one, yeah. And their qualifications to get a movie made from them is, of course, a great script. But just because I wanted to know, is $10 million or under budget, and one lead, pretty much celebrity actor to put it in there.
That's not too bad.
No, that's not bad at all so everything is focused on the script in this. So you usually get first-time writer-directors going into this, and it's incredible where it comes out. So I'm still entertained about all of their movies I've seen. But even mainstream movies, such as everyone hates Marvel movies because, cinema heads hate them for destroying cinema. But no, I still like them because I grew up reading Marvel comic books. So yeah, I will still watch all of them. I don't care. And the fact that they built Iron Man, Hulk, Thor, and Captain America and combined those movies into one movie called The Avengers is still something incredible. Like, they've done that with the cinematic universe of monsters, like kind of Wolfman meets Frankenstein's monster.
They haven't carried it on for very long, though.
Yeah, they tried it again, blah. Yeah, but Marvel did it big time first time, in my opinion. And it was a success. Somehow it turned comic book movies into huge things. And I don't know if that's great or not, but...
I think I would give the Avengers and Marvel movies more of a pass if it wasn't for the fact that they're heralded by Disney.
Oh, yeah.
And there's the money and production quality behind it. They're just not using it. Yeah. Disney would pioneer movies back in the day. They had artists that could draw the absolute most beautiful backdrops, and now they're just settling for digital, and I just feel like Disney isn't pioneering anymore. They're just regurgitating.
Yeah, they have a formula, and they're going to
Yeah.
stick to it. And ever since Disney bought Marvel, they're doing the same thing. And it's good. I'm going to have to stop watching them eventually, as soon as, I don't know.
I might have given Guardians of the Galaxy more of a pass. Okay? Lee Pace, who plays the villain in it, he's one of my all-time favorite actors.
Oh, yeah.
Pushing Daisies is a masterpiece, in my opinion. Unfinished masterpiece, so who knows? I don't know the answer to the show, so I don't know if I can actually, whatever. But Lee Pace is great in it. If it didn't end with a stupid dance competition crap, or not a stupid dance thing, and then the villain dies, like, that's dumb, in my opinion, and I just think it killed the movie.
You were just done with it as soon as he tried the dance competition?
I wanted Lee Pace to go out like a hero,
Yeah.
like a great ending. It's like,
He is a psychotic religious zealot. You know that, right? The character he's playing, Ronan.
I just wanted him to go out better than just some.
Oh yeah,
dance
he should have
thing.
died better than just like, how are you holding the stone?
I mean.
With friendship, no.
So, I mean, I think I would have given him a better pass. And, yeah. Which people said that was the modern day Star Wars. And, I mean, if that's what you need, like, member berries to Star Wars to help you enjoy, Guardians of the Galaxy, I suppose. What? So, did you like Marvel movies before Disney or after Disney?
Oh, before.
Before?
Yeah.
They're
They're more individual with their director.
I feel so. Like
Yeah.
Ang Lee's Hulk. That was ridiculous.
That was definitely Ang Lee's Hulk.
That was Ang Lee's Hulk, man.
It's amazing that they had another Hulk movie with Edward Norton and just completely ignored that. And it was only like a couple years apart.
Yep.
Yeah.
Great Tim Roth movie.
He's coming back.
No shit.
Well, apparently the villain is.
Oh, and also who's coming back? You told me about a Brendan Fraser movie yesterday.
Yeah. I could not re-explain the plot to you
That's
whatsoever. But Steven Soderbergh's latest movie, the name escapes me right now.
Whatever. Brendan Fraser's in a new movie. That's cool.
Yeah. It's not The Mummy 18, so good for him.
They sell that 3-pack, and I'm never tempted to get it,
No.
even though it comes with the first one. I'm like, no, I'm just gonna buy the DVD of the first one.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not gonna step into the ring with the other ones. But let's try and stay on track a little bit. So, I think for me, and it's something I didn't talk about in the other podcast, was the way that I stayed entertained was to start making movies and to see how good of movies I could make without the budget.
Yeah.
And it helped me to break down bigger budget movies, and I think that's where a bunch of my disapproval comes from, is the fact that it's like, if I can make something at this budget, I mean, what do you do with $100 million? Is it really talent? Because I don't think these people play to, like...
You pay the actors $40 million.
Like, okay, let me ask you this, Russ. Let me ask you this. So, I was thinking about the Coen brothers. And let's take, any of their movies, and their reversals, their reverse shots. Does it not knock you out of a scene in a movie to see reverse shots all the time, just knowing that the other actor wasn't across from them and they're just talking to a camera?
Or not even that height whatsoever.
Yeah, I mean, does that, like... I can't stand Coen brother movies. I mean, I've watched a few.
He said that. Eli said that, not Russ.
I'm just saying, I have always been land blasted for saying that. They're like, but it's the Coen brothers. I'm like, But either way, reversals and things of that nature, like, that doesn't throw you out. Like, that completely throws me out of the movie, and I'm just like...
Oh, no, it's a boring thing, but I've seen it before. It's annoying, but it doesn't completely take me out of the movie.
What does throw you out of a movie that you've seen? Like, all right, so let's say this. We've been watching movies for a really long time now. So what is one thing that you can think of throughout watching them is something that would throw you off, or something that didn't bother you before, but it just carried over in today's movies so hard?
Oh, what's apparently it's not even today, but I've noticed it, and it's been decades of this. So don't say, oh, it just started with Star Wars or anything.
Okay.
But the Mary Sue and Gary Sue, like the one character who can do nothing and is invincible, like, and people are mad about that. And like, yeah, that's Hercules, and that's the point. Like, you get it? You're watching someone who's incredible. Unless you want to watch an indie movie and watch something like yourself, yeah, go for it. Like, there's a break of fantasy, of course, and go and live in it and have fun. You don't need to, if you want to sit there and destroy it, like, oh, this is my list of why this character can't do this. Yeah, I can do that if I want to. I could have a lot of fun doing it, but no, I can just let myself. I luckily have the capacity to turn myself off and watch a movie now. I don't know if it's because this thing or like it's, I don't know. But I'm lucky I can do that for the first time viewing. After the second time, yeah, first time viewing, I can turn it off and watch it and have fun. I can't on the second.
I wish. The wife and I would have a much better time watching movies if I could shut it off first time viewing. I'll tell you what drives me insane, though. It's the fact that vampires... Like, look, if your movie opens and it's about vampires, and the first thing the vampire kills is a hooker, go fuck yourself. I hate your movie. There are so many movies where that happens. The monster goes and kills a hooker. I have turned off movies 10 seconds in. Well, you know, first scene. I mean, it's got, of course, that's to build up because you see the hooker. She's leaving the place. Something stalks her. And then all of a sudden her neck's being ripped open. And it's just like, that's stupid. That's dumb. Just.
Well, Eli, we just got a $40,000 budget for a vampire movie. And the first page is I'm sorry.
In the script I just sent you, the one about the sound guy.
Yeah.
The studio Blood and Guts.
Yeah.
Horror studio. He's like, oh my God, you guys made vampires versus bats.
Yeah, like that. That was great.
But I don't know, man. Those monster movies, you know, or like, all right. So the movie Van Helsing did it where, you know, the monster, of course, has just killed a hooker or something like that. And Van Helsing's like, oh, my God, another dead woman. Okay, well, let me tell you something. The Witcher started with some fucking creature stalking something. I think it was a chick. And then, you're just waiting for Geralt to show up. And you're just like, come on, guys. Can we not? And it was shaky cam the whole time. Can we not just open a movie cool without the cliche of like, if you make a movie about a hunter, why does it have to open with him fucking hunting something? Like, are we that on the nose? What do you think?
So what movie opens with them hunting something? What are you talking about?
Oh, just like a monster hunter.
Oh, I didn't see Mila Jojovich's.
No, me either. No, I mean like monster movies.
Oh, okay. Oh, and then they're just beginning silently taking the prey?
Yeah.
Well, I guess you have to do that.
Like, okay.
What else are they going to eat?
There's a movie called Dracula.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which one?
So when you're watching the movie, it's about Dracula. So let's cut the bullshit, you know? Like, we don't have to know what Dracula does. Like, look, it's 2021, okay? we are either trying to educate the youth now what a vampire is, or we're just reminding ourselves what a fucking vampire does.
No, the youth thinks Twilight is vampires now. So you can't re-educate that out of their system.
So on Rant Critic Rave, we're going to discuss filmmaking as well, and where film and cinema is going in today's world. And so how do you stay entertained now that you do make movies, I think, is almost like the second part of the question.
Yeah.
So I think, do you want to go first?
No, you go.
I think for me, getting into movies, when I started, I didn't want to do anything but direct. And so I would go find people who said they could write, and I'd give them an idea and they would never write it out. And then I would go to, finally something would get done, and I'd go to a composer, whoever would say they're a composer, do music. And I'd be like, can you do music? And they couldn't do it. And then...
So you went to the stoner down the street.
Been there, done that. And it's really hard to get people to do things.
Yeah.
And same with acting. Like, I didn't really want to become an actor at first. But just, I kept on getting pushed into it. And for me, I never wanted to slow down. Like, I think in the 20-something years that I've been active in whatever, cinema, independent market, whatever you want to call it, I've done something pretty good, in 5-year blocks, you know what I mean? So
yeah.
I think evolving and to keep on going with it, because like, where was I going with that? Over so many years, to stay entertained, I just kept on going with it, because I didn't want to stop entertaining. I enjoy making movies and people sitting down and watching them and going, that was really cool, and it's not just me, it's the cast and crew that make it work, but being a part of each department, being in sound and photography, because I had to become a director of photography as well, because there were times where I didn't have, my camera guys,
a lot of people don't know this. Not everyone shows up. A lot of the time they don't. So you're going to go learn a lot of stuff if you're in indie and small not neighborhood, but in small town filmmaking. You're going to be able to switch parts, learn everything, and you'll get a better education there than you would at most colleges.
Even experience with us doing stuff. Before the Curtain Part 2, you were playing one of the generals I had written, and our director of photography, Stephen Dale's, she was playing the bugle boy, and, neither of you guys were there to act. You guys were, she was just hanging out with us for the day, and you were, one of the production guys. And, it just falls into that. And that's, a lot of people don't show up, man.
Yeah.
And I remember back in those days, I used to tell people, like, I don't make crap. If you show up, you'll literally be a part of a good production, a solid production. And it didn't always work. I tried to sell, like, it's not just a dude with a camera. It's like a team's going to show up and we're going to try to make this happen.
Yeah.
And, I think also what helped me out was I kind of had my brothers along for the ride. I had Noah, who did audio and some music back in the day. And we had formed Muller Brothers. And us figuring out how to do this. And then my other brother, Josh, we formed Mueller Media Limited. And
there's always something to keep you entertained in film. Whether if you're bored watching it, go out there and try it. And if you can't try it, like there's some reason you physically can't or mentally can't or there's not the people around, start watching weird stuff. I'm like, go start watching the movies that no one recommends. Start watching that. Watch Mystery Science Theater.
Watch old Italian movies.
Oh, yeah. Those are good.
Some Dario Argentos.
Yeah.
Like, watch some of those.
Alejandro Jodorowsky. Watch those. David Lynch, go through all of his catalog. Yeah, just learn more. And then always, if you can, get the commentary. If there's a commentary on a DVD, listen to it, because usually it's great. Like, Chris Pratt from Guardians of the Galaxy?
Yeah.
I was listening to a commentary on Strangers with Candy movie. And it was Stephen Colbert talking about Chris Pratt. And he would pay for his own plane tickets to fly down and go through customs and everything, because I think he was Canadian. But he would fly down to go on set and do his acting, then fly back up. He would pay for it himself. Like, the studio couldn't afford it. It was not in the budget.
Interesting.
But he was that committed to acting, so. And the movie's hilarious, so
Which
watch
movie
it.
was it?
Strangers with Candy.
Strangers with
It's
Candy.
from the TV show with the same name. Made
Okay.
everyone aware of Stephen Colbert.
There's a Chris Pratt movie that just came out, The Tomorrow War,
Yeah,
and the cover looks like Tom Cruise in Oblivion.
it does, yeah.
And I kept on being like, oh, Tom Cruise in a new movie. I thought he was still doing Mission Impossible.
Yeah.
But no, that was Chris Pratt.
Yeah.
That doesn't even look like him.
No.
Has his clone taken over?
If there was a clone, I believe it.
Talking about clones, I think that was something else. To stay entertained, I went to like the dark side of Hollywood. Started reading books, doing research on some of the crazy things that just go on in Hollywood.
Yeah.
And paying attention to that.
Yeah, don't go. Yeah.
So, Russ, I have another question for you. How do we stay entertained with a movie when you go to the movie theater and it's literally costing you $40 to watch this movie? Would you say you demand more of a movie, more good movies if you go to the cinema versus you've watched something streamed?
If it costs $40, I would much rather stay at home and buy $40 worth of candy. Yeah, because I still eat candy and just have fun that way.
It's almost $40, I'd say. The gas to get out there. You're probably going to go out to eat. You're going to get popcorn. You're going to get a soda. The ticket.
Yeah, it's $25 to get everything there and sit and watch a movie. So
I mean, I think that's where it got to me, was that, we spend an exuberant amount of money to go to the movies to watch them, and it's just the ticket price just, it didn't sell the movie.
Yeah. I don't know. They need to do more advertising for indie movies, as everyone has said for years and years and years. But they're never going to, it looks like now. Until they're battling streaming head on with these major blockbusters, we'll see who wins that way.
I mean, if we were talking like, we were just talking about the Tomorrow War, that would have gone through theaters. That kind of a budget would never have been just a streamed movie before.
I don't know, that's virus and it's just Amazon. Yeah.
I mean, that's that's $10 well, it's probably less than $10 a month. I mean, that's what it costs you. So maybe you just spent like a penny to watch the movie.
Yeah.
Does a penny justify a bad movie?
Yeah, I'll pay a penny for a bad movie.
I wonder if that's how they felt back in the day, like dudes.
It was 5 cents for a film.
Yeah, well, I mean, they'd flick a penny in and they would just see like 2 frames of something, and they were like, "Yeah, did that justify it? I don't know, man." And then what if it was just like one screen was black? It was like, did a penny justify a bad movie then? Does it justify it now?
Those were trailers back in the day. It was just
my
2
God.
frames. And then like 50 YouTube commenters have posted their posts all around it, like in paper, all around the trailer machine. right next to the Nickelodeon to watch it.
All right. Well, this has been the last we're going to talk about this question. Probably. We'll probably go on to another subject for another week. But I was here with Russ.
Hi and goodbye.
And
yeah, I'm not stopping at that. Hi and goodbye. Sorry.
And again, if anyone out there in listening land would like to comment on how do you stay entertained as we keep on going through life and getting a little bit wiser to filmmaking and how much we consume of it.
We know podcasts count because you're obviously listening to one. So yeah, okay, you got us.
And we will talk with you guys on another week.